Now, do I call this episode Flea Market Adventures? Because we don't really go to any flea markets. Or do I call this a yard sale scores? Because I do go to one yard sale. But mostly it's thrift shopping stuff? Hey guys, so I guess this is a video game hunting in the States episode. I don't know what I'm going to call this. So even before we get on the road to go to the Burlington Fair in Vermont, Dallas lets me know that she saw on Facebook that there was a little yard sale a couple of streets over. So before we head out to the States, we hit up this little yard sale and we find a couple of cool things. Everything for $2 to start off our day.
$1.
$1 each?
No, $1 for everything.
What'd you get, Wrench?
I got a G.I. Joe for a quarter.
Yeah, where's he?
Damn change. It's in a toy box.
A toy box? Who is he though?
I don't know his name, but I saw him before.
I'll have to do some research. And you owe Auntie Lola some change. So we cross the border into New York State, and then we jump on the ferry to head to Vermont. And before we get to the fair, we were going to stop to eat, and the boys were asking, can we stop at Goodwill, because we don't have any Goodwills. I don't think there's a Goodwill in Canada, but for sure there isn't any in Quebec. So the boys were saying, can we go to Goodwill? Can we go to Goodwill, because it's on the way to the fair.
Me too. What about the
Bowen and Ren's first trip into a Goodwill. Thoughts before we go in? What are you just looking for, boys?
G.I. Joe's, like I see the other clips. Mega Blocks and Marvel and Star Wars.
All right, boys. Good luck. So as soon as we walk in, the glass case is there next to the cash. It's $60 for an SNES, $40 for the Wii's. Go over to the book and CD section, find a manual for the Nintendo DS, New Super Mario Bros. And this was it for their games. Bunch of 360 games, Wii games, a few original Xbox and PS2 games. Everything was $5, so it was nice that it was a universal price. Just not a whole heck of a lot for myself or the boys. So they were a little disappointed, but you know, they still thought it was cool that they got to go into a Goodwill. And then after lunch, we made it to the fair. So I'm not gonna force you to watch home videos, but you know, this is just a quick little snippet of some of the stuff that we saw. Obviously I have more video and pictures, but you know, this was of my family, so I'm not gonna put a lot on this video game channel. Just, you know, I wanted to share that we had a great time, and it was pretty cool. I'm glad that we went. So the next morning at breakfast, I was Googling where we could go find some retro video games, maybe some toy stores, something for all of us to go look at. And sadly, or surprisingly, there was only one store that popped up that was still in operation, was selling video games, and was open on a Sunday. And it was a small little shop inside of the University Mall. So Dallas and Arkham went to Kohl's, they went back to school shopping for clothes and snowsuits, and I took the boys to this little vintage video game slash like Magic the Gathering. You know, the tables are set up, but you know, not to knock that, I'm saying like that was the style or the feel of the store. And the guys were very cool, laid back, they were talking to the boys, I got to look around, and even with the exchange rate on the currency, a lot of these games were very affordable. They were reasonably priced, and if you know, we probably will head back to Burlington again eventually somewhere down the road, because they've got Party City, the Olive Garden, and of course we want to go to the fair again next year. I'll definitely check these guys out. I just, you know, I hope that they're still open and that they're not going to be one of those things that we Google of a store that's not open anymore. I was cleaning out some boxes the other day and I ran across some little Loch SNES monster pictures. Oh, look at that cutie. So after that Titanic scene on the ferry, we're back in New York State. We're about an hour away from home, and we stop at Pizza Bono's because Sal has some of the best pizza and wings we've ever had. And luckily, the big thrift consignment store across the street is open on Sundays. So while we're waiting for our pizza, we take the boys and the girls in and we have a little look around. Alright, vendor number 7, 25% off all his games. Let's take a look. Looks like some N64, some Genesis, PS1, a couple of Dreamcast, an SNES game. Everything $5. Even with 25% off, there was nothing that really caught my attention. Although this is something that I haven't seen before. Blockout on the Genesis. Anyone know anything about that game? Let me know down in the comments, please. Two Tiger Electronic handhelds, Karate King and Wrestling. I'm not going to pick these up for $10 each, even with the 25% off. They're one of the old Motor Raceway games. Those were kind of like an impulse buy by the cash. These were some of the cleanest Atari games I've seen for sale in a consignment shop in maybe ever. If they weren't $5 each, I'd probably pick up a few of them. I like my Atari games at about $1 to $2 a piece. Alright guys, let's play a game. This is a Godzilla Vinyl Wars Rodan that's been here for about 4 years. The price is... about 33 bucks still. And then we head downstairs. Downstairs is just as big as upstairs, but this seems to be slightly more modern than the antique stuff. You will find DVDs and CDs. Right next to vinyls, here we have a mini Super Nintendo, which was very cool, but not for $125. I think I picked mine up for about 40 Canadian about 5-6 years ago. Bunch of comics, you know, these are gonna sit here forever until finally the seller gives up and puts them out for about $1 each. More Powers of the Force figures. These are $8 each though. I can get these for $5 each back home. I believe that's an X-Wing. Could be a 79, could be an 86, could be a 96, could be a 2006. Behind this glass, it's really hard to tell if it's retro or not. This PS3 still for sale a year later.
Who's this?
The Stormtrooper.
Data, Star Trek. Who's this? Worf, Star Trek. Who's that? 2 out of 4.
I'm trying to ask how much a G.I. Joe sent to us, so I'm just gonna wait a few minutes.
How much do you want to pay?
Under $4.
What are you waiting for?
A bucket of army guys and a couple other things.
How about you, Mama? What are you waiting for?
Go home.
I really wish I picked up those Rock and Roll Ninja Turtles. And on the way home we saw one more quote-unquote yard sale, antique sale, so we sent out Ren to go take a look. And he went right to the back, he took a quick look, nothing. And here's my question of the week. If you like the episode but you're not really sure what to comment besides great pickups or looks fun, maybe let me know, because I also really like collecting Transformers, and I've been on a KO or knockoff kick right now from AliExpress because everything's just so really cheap and affordable. I put up a KO Devastator video, and I'm just curious if you'd like to see Bruticus and Superion. Let me know down in the comments. Off AliExpress for about $12 with shipping. This will be my next review. This is 101 SNES games. PlayStation 1 Game Day, grab this for $2. Love them long boxes. We're Back, a dinosaur story on the SNES, picked him up for $6. Along with The Prince of Persia on the SNES as well. This one I spent $11, but happy to have it in the collection. A boxed Tecmo Bowl for $7. Box is a little rough, but I like it. Some reading material, a copy of the Zombie Survival Guide for $3. I don't know what I did with my original copy. A 1979 made in Hong Kong Boba Fett, rocket on the back. Paid $12, well worth it to me. From that first yard sale, all these little things were $2 altogether. Remember these little McDonald Transformer guys? I'm not even sure what this guy is. I think he's Megatron. I didn't even Google it. One of the enemies from the Rambo toy line in 84, 85? I was a youngling. Another Optimus Prime. He can go with my Dark Optimus Prime on one of my shelves. For $4.99 at a Microplay. Very shocked to see Pikachu Pokemon Yellow. $5 Walmart liquidation. This is Tracer from Overwatch. Should probably get sold at the show. Dallas won this for me. This is a miniature knockoff Superion. This was at one of the games at the Burlington Fair. Picked up a couple of Broken Joes. Maybe I can save them. I felt bad for them, honestly. Again, part of that $2 deal. This is Spike from Gremlins. It's a 1984. You got He-Man with Skeletor's armor. I'll have to make a little trade on the shelf later for that guy. And don't forget, guys, if you want to see the KO Superion and Bruticus in an upcoming video, let me know down in the comments. And that's going to do it for a video game and toy hunting in America video. Really appreciate your time for watching, guys. Don't forget to like and comment. I love to talk to you guys down in the comments section. Until next time, guys, have a good week, and I'll see you in about 7 days.